Hey everybody, before we get started today, I just wanted to let you know that there is a poll going on over in the community section. The next time we do one of these 1 week clubs, I'm leaving it all up to you on who to choose. This is round 2, and so right now you have the choice who to pick for March. That is going to be WJSN, it's going to be VIX, Extraordinary Heroes, or FT Island. You can go make your vote. I'm going to leave the poll up all week. I'm going to remind you every single video until we have a winner, which will be announced, along with what I would assume is a little bit of a surprise. Of course, it's for my birthday. So anyway, we will start the video now. Thank you. Remember to go vote for one of those 4 bands, please. Thank you. Well, here we are, everybody. We are starting 1 week club with Ateez. That is correct. So I'm very excited. For those of you, if you're new here, my name is Aaron. I try to help you love the music that you already like, and I have had some exposure to Ateez. I'm not going into this as blind as I was for like G-Fred, for example. But regardless, this is going to be a lot of firsts, and I'm excited to really get to know the band. This is actually one that I've been meaning to get to know because, funny enough, the song Halazia, I actually put in my top 3 favorite K-pop songs of all time. So I'm very much looking forward to getting to know this group. So why don't we go ahead and see if they stack up on debut. We like to do this where we talk about their debut. Anyway, here we go. Let's check it out. We're going to see how well they handled their debut. Okay. That's cool. I love the stage too. Wow. That's actually insane. You know, the thing that I find so crazy is like this is the type in the era where it feels like people's debuts have just gotten like smoother and smoother and looks a little bit more polished and more like veterans rather than, you know, kind of the older debuts that kind of look like that it's a little bit more on the rough side. So like it makes this a little bit more tricky to kind of judge, right? In a lot of aspects. So okay, as we always do here, we have a little bit of a tier list. Usually, I mean, there's an F tier. I don't think anybody's ever going to get onto the F tier if I'm being serious. And then D is the, you know, D, C, B, A, and then S. And we have the gold standards, as we like to refer to them. The gold standards is Shiny and 21. Those are kind of like the ones that we put. That's the S tier. That's what we're looking for here. And I'm thinking about where I would put Ateez, because there's a couple of factors here when it comes to what makes and constitutes like a really good debut. And there's a few things. So first and foremost, the song, the performance, and just them themselves, and seeing how they're able to handle the pressure. So in all fairness here, they look like veterans. They look like this doesn't even look like a debut, if I'm being honest. And you know, there is something to discuss, and I don't necessarily dock points for this either. For me, because stage presence is the thing, and almost nobody that debuts nowadays actually does not lip sync. But you know what? I think there are times in here where I think that they actually are going. So I'm going to give them credit for, you know, for the stability of when they are actually performing live. And I mean, if this is all 100% not lip sync, then this is insane. But again, to me, that doesn't bother me if they lip sync. Because to me, this is a debut. You want to look as clean and as crisp as possible. That's one of the ways that you do it. So let's talk about the three major themes. First and foremost, the song choice. Such an excellent song choice. This is a very strong song to debut to. And, you know, honestly, too, I think the one thing that, as somebody who's been doing this for a little bit now, a couple things that you have to know about me. I do not discriminate based on generation. I know a lot of people will be like, oh, well, they're not as good as this because only the best come from second or third gen. And, you know, I don't generally float with that, to be honest. I take everybody at the same standard as I possibly can. To me. If I was to compare this to a debut, it reminds me a little bit more of how I felt when I saw NCT 127. That's about the strength of the debut that I saw. So, first and foremost, the song, it's really good. It is kind of weird, you know? It's very intense. So now the next question is the performance. This performance is solid. It is an extremely solid debut. I don't think that they look, like I said earlier, I don't think they look like they're debuting. They look like they've been doing this for 10 years already. And that to me is what is impressive. The second thing is too, you can tell they don't really look very nervous either. So the pressure that they're handling here is actually very phenomenal. I am actually very impressed. And weirdly enough, we say this a lot, but like a lot of times they look very kid-esque, and this is not that. They look like a bona fide group right out of the package. So, where do we put Ateez? I think I got to go with strong A, slightly leading into A+. That's my personal feeling. I think that if I could hear more of them live from the debut, and they sounded this good, that would have absolutely put them in S tier. But I think strong A going into A+, absolutely. But leaning more towards A. I think this is a phenomenal debut. I think this is a phenomenal start. So, anyway, very, very good. They stack up very nicely, and I think they're up there with the best of the best. That's my personal opinion. Moving on, we're doing Treasure. This time we're doing a music video. Unfortunately, the lives that I saw were all ones that I would get blocked. So, here we are doing a music video for this song. We're doing Treasure next, by the way. Now we can see them in a more, I guess, set stage. See how they handle it. Let's check it out.
something 지금부터 땅을 집어넣고 빨간 대로 또 가 anyway 이 지구는 안 하고 또 좋아지에 담아서 거 팝팝팝 프레시 팝 내게 싸가 정면을 탁탁 달달해 녹아버려 1년 뒤에 매스컴은 전부 딱딱 싹다 털어가 전부 뺏어가버려 왜 생각만으로 자꾸 멈춰 함께 발을 맞춰 그곳으로 yeah 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 혹시 하나 rush 세상을 뒤집을 듯이 그 누구도 찾지 못한 곳으로 우리는 savage 기도의 세계 We live in service 누구도 막지 못해 날 만난다면 no way 한 걸음 더 조금만 더 따뜻해 no no no
Okay,
한 걸음 더
building up quite nicely.
Final destination 바로 여기 right I'm a bling bling 내 눈빛을 나 너를 같잖아 우리가 같게 think about be my bum man 내 백등의 맹가방에 안에 걸착 들로 눈부실 때 shout up
Yo, this rap line is actually pretty solid.
함께 발을 맞춰 그곳으로 yeah 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 혹시 하나 rush 세상을 뒤집을 듯이 그 누구도 찾지 못한 곳으로 My treasure 이제 떠나자 저런 곳으로 우리 부르는 저 treasure 어서 떠나자 잘은 떠나자 Oh every day every night We up the savage yeah yeah 우리는 savage yeah yeah 지도의 사긴 We up the savage 누구도 막지 못해 날 만난다면 no way 저기 저 반짝이는 별을 줘 손을 뻗어자 보던 너를 찾아 계속 우릴 비추는 starlight 지금 이 순간 난 너 하나만 원해 yeah. 잠시 시간이 됐어 이상은 못 믿어 왜 난 못 믿어 I don't give a anything 우리 둘이라면 됐지 완전 준비됐지 Let's get it ready set down 이제 떠나자
Wow. Okay. Wow. Woo. Okay, so these are the first two songs that we have. And immediately my first big thing is like all hype, all, it's all gas, no breaks. It's insane. They are going so hard. The energy. And mind you, and if you're new here, you might not know this. For me, personally, I don't generally like one of two things, or both of these things. I don't generally like rap. And I don't generally like over auto-tuned voices. However, there are instances where I have liked both. And this is one of those instances. I can barely get the words out of my mouth, I swear. But for me personally, because a lot of times I feel like that it detracts from the natural richness of the voice. That's why a lot of times I really prefer not to have things to be so over auto-tuned. However, when done properly, it's like it gets kind of to this point where it goes past what I consider to be like cringe and not something that I generally find very, musical, I guess, in some ways. I shouldn't say musical. I should say it just isn't conducive. There we go. It just isn't very conducive. But they secede past that. They really bring it to the point where, for me personally, I feel like that we are hearing past that point, and it's getting to what I like to say, it scratches my caveman brain. And I love that feeling, because to me, it just immediately makes me fall in love with the song. And that's what's happening here. But I will say, though, that is generally, typically, from what I've seen, only attached to when the rap line is there. Which, by the way, their rap line is actually phenomenal thus far. And their vocals are stellar. Wow. I love that. It's so dramatic. It's so dramatic. My goodness. See, that's the part. That's what I'm talking about. Like, that scratches the caveman brain for me as well. So that's big for me. And I think always, once and for all, to kind of put this to rest. For me personally, I really appreciate it when whatever it is that you're doing is serving the song. You'll hear me say that a lot. Oop. Cool. That's what I wanted. And that is, of course, Wonderland, Towards the Light, Will to Power finale in Seoul. Very excited for this. Wonderland is one of the few songs that I do actually know, but I had to have it on here. Let's check it out, shall we?
Attention! Let's go! Alright, so now, let me start the mind. It's the bonus, rest the young one.
Whoa. Hold on.
Alright, so now, let me start the mind. It's the bonus.
Symphony number 9? Okay, I didn't know this was in this.
The young one, we're gonna fun. You and your mind. 지도가 부르는 거, 그 서는 거, 많이 내 꿈이 작아. 그때 꼭 보는 시작, 날개를 펴고 영원처럼 돼.
They are live.
너는 여기서 멈출 텐데 그토록 원했던 곳이 여기에 다시 돌아올 수 없어도 We must go it on 가자! 그쪽에 다니던 심장으로 어서 가자 그쪽에 다니는 심장으로
우와.
상관없어 난 지금 이곳은 끝의 시작 열린다 진실의 문그 앞에서 부숴버릴 듯이 We on fire 너는 여기서 멈출
우와.
그토록 원했던 것이 눈앞에 다시 돌아올 수 없어도 We must go it 끝이 다니는 시작으로 엄마 왜 모두 말해
Oh, it's so good.
하나 둘러는 뒤로 엄마 왜 어떻게도 만들어 어서 가자 끝이 다니는 시작으로
우와. That's cool.
Breaking the wall.
Come on. Give it to me. Wow. So intense. This is sick. That is insanity. Oh my goodness gracious. Whew, I would be sweaty too after that. That is insane. Of course, I'm going to have to talk about this, and I have to go and find the clip, obviously. I know they're kind of sticklers, but of course, if you know, I, back a couple of years ago, got back into wrestling, and Symphony No. 9 by Dvorak, weirdly enough, I'm also into classical music, was also used by Gunther. Gunther! Yep, that's probably about all I can show. Anyway, back to the song. It's cool. Dvorak, Symphony No. 9. Beautiful song. I actually really like that. To me, the thing that I find really interesting about all these songs that we've done, the 3, is, to me, this is immediately my initial impression. Very high energetic, very dramatic, if I do say so myself. But also, I do have to say that I think that creative beasts, there's a part of me that almost feels like this feels very militant too. And I kind of like that feel. Gunther! and just like those little cuts right there, it's so nice because it's the harshness, and then suddenly there's the release of tension that comes from the vocals, and it is phenomenal. I am digging this. We are in for a great week. But I think that the interesting thing is just that fact. Like, I think that is a very apt way to explain it. Is, to me personally, I think it definitely feels like there is a strong, dramatic, but like soaring vocals, militant, great vocal or rap line too. Holy, this is insane. I think we're off to a really good start here. But in any case, let me know what you all think about this. We'll discuss this down in the comments below. Thank you, and goodbye.